In the 1920s, there was a young man by the name of William Lyons. He actually ended up as Sir William Lyons because the Queen knighted him. And the company he actually founded was called Swallow Sidecars. And he made sidecars for motorcycles. And they were unique, different. They were very aerodynamic. Hence, they were named Swallow Sidecars, because they're after the bird, the swallow. And there's Northern England, Blackpool, way up north. It's actually called the Vegas of the North, because it's actually kind of a gambling town and lights and kind of like Vegas, but I don't know. It's on an English scale, so it's tiny. And anyway, that young man eventually started making cars. And the first car he ever made was called an SS 100. And this was just before World War II. So after World War II, it really wasn't fashionable to call your car company SS because of that little angry Austrian fellow with a funny mustache. So what was the name of that company? That company was called Jaguar. And Sir William Lyons had a big thing with symmetry. So if you cut a Jaguar in half, lengthwise, back in the day, the left side of the car looked like the right side of the car. Everything matched. Perfect symmetry. Very, very cool to see. In fact, Enzo Ferrari said that the Jaguar E-Type was the most beautiful car ever built. And he said that all the way up until he died in the late 80s, early 90s. So, yeah. Welcome, everybody. My name's Alister. I'm your host, the Modern Modernist. Why are we talking about old Jaguars and I'm about to give a house tour on a mid-mod? Well, this is the only mid-mod in Sacramento that I know of that takes into account symmetry. So, behind me is a front door. What's kind of interesting too, this house is all about cars. So there's a lot to go over today. And so, let's do this. I'm gonna move out of the way. So, got a front door there and a front door there. This house, there's you go. I'm gonna do this. Symmetrical, absolutely perfect. Now, the front of this house, this front yard is all grass. It is a ton of grass. Look at that. That is a big lawn. That's nothing. You haven't seen the back yet. We're on, what are we on? A plus acre. The house itself, price-wise, just a hair under $2 million. It's not cheap. But there's a reason why it's that price, and it's actually totally fair. So we're gonna go in the left-hand side door. Isn't that awesome? And wait till you see inside. See this? This is throughout the house. And guess what? Outside, just like the inside, nobody painted the stonework, which I really, really like. So we're in the front door. Look at that chandelier. That gets better. That one's tiny, because look, you can see it over my shoulder. Isn't that awesome? It's huge. And there it is. Massive front window, okay, as it goes all the way to the roof, like I said. Look at that, it's huge. So now we get into like your mid-mod celestial windows, which is exactly what that is. That is a massive chandelier. The seller, current homeowner, what's actually this house probably it's first time on the market. It's actually being sold by the family. And it's the daughter, youngest, who I met this morning, who walked me through the house. Now, that's the dining room. Okay, now there was a mom and a dad and 6 kids in this house. That's a big family. But wait till you see the size of the house. Kitchen. Look at that kitchen. Isn't that phenomenal? Isn't that cool? So, what is this? So this kitchen, now, this is not the original kitchen. And we actually, they had a discussion in this house this morning. I've been here for a good 45 minutes before we got filming, so I got some history and insight into the house. And there was a clock up there. All right, let's get a better view. That's original to the house, by the way. There it is. That's original to the house. Now, I just learned, see that there? That tray, there's a light in there. Whenever that light was on, that meant to the parents that the kitchen was clean. That was the signal. So just got that lesson today. I thought it was very, very cool. So anyway, so we're gonna go over there. We are, and hold on, I'm just up to no good here. And sorry, I just had to check something, apologize. Usually don't do that when I'm in a video, but I did. So there we go. And here we go, you ready? Look at this. So this is the formal living room. This was always the formal living room of the house. And then window at the side. I'm just gonna walk straight back to the front door. This is gonna be a challenging house to do today because it's absolutely huge. There you go, formal living room, balcony. There's a couple of bedrooms up there, plus the primary. So we're gonna go up there first. And there we go, see, look at that. And it's a nice big long hallway. And this is the primary bedroom. Now, had a long discussion in this house this morning. We had the daughter of the original owners, which was a Dick and Beverly Bertolucci. So they owned, the family still own it, I assume the name's still on the door, is a body shop. But that goes way back, 74, 75 years, because it wasn't just painting cars, it was hot rodding and hot rodders. The California Custom, Custom with a K, was invented by her dad, Dick. That was his legacy. For those of you into cars, George Barris and his brother, they were employees, which I didn't realize that they were employees. It always gets labeled that they all work together, but nope. Which is fascinating to me. I always love learning that stuff. Well, you know I'm into cars, big time. So this is kind of a cool house to see. This is something definitely, this has a closet. There we go. Very, very cool. And so like I said, this house is first time on the market. Whoever buys this house is gonna change an awful lot of it, which is fine. It's a $2 million asking price, which is a great price for where we're in Fair Oaks Boulevard, Sacramento, brilliant little neighborhood, Sierra Oaks. It's where everybody wants to be. We're on 1 acre plus land, and you're gonna change things in this house. You're not gonna buy this house and leave it. I wouldn't call it a fixer-upper. I would actually, this is a house that, someone built it to put their stamp on it. Now it's time for you to buy it and put your stamp on it. So yes, you're $2 million to get in the door, and you're gonna put a lot more in, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's just so much you would do. So for this is like a bonus. This was a bedroom back in the day. Like I said, there was 6 kids raised in this house. So like I said, again, it's mid-mod, it's the 60s. Some things were bigger to scale, and other things like bathrooms, they were an afterthought. It wasn't like these, like there's your sinks are in the primary, there's the toilet and the shower, and then back here is a bedroom. So you would convert this whole space into one big primary bedroom, suite, bath. Absolutely. I wouldn't think twice about it. There is off of here, there's a door right there, right? So we're gonna go through there, and there's a staircase. And that staircase takes you down there. Oh, what's that? You'll have to see, it's a surprise. And that's all I'm gonna say. You'll figure it out. We'll be there, don't worry. And this video is not gonna be a short one today, folks. So we went from a nice little 1 bedroom loft in Midtown, the last video, which was all of what, 13 minutes? Yeah, we're not even doing it. We're 10 minutes in already, so this is gonna be a long one. And here we go, again, is another bedroom off of this second story. So, and this is a house, again, you'd raise a family in this all day. Have to do some work, of course, but yes. And see, look, this is the bathroom up here. Like, and it's bigger than the bathroom in the primary. Like I said, it's just different priorities. So, so there's a bedroom up here, 2 bedrooms up here. But this bedroom, the room we were just in, that would get converted, turned into a bath for the new primary. Now we're gonna go downstairs. This is where it gets fun. And what we're downstairs now, okay, look at this. Remember outdoors? It's not painted. Oh, I love it. It's just so nice. Fireplace, again, not painted. Now this room was the family room. TV, it's actually still had, there used to be a projector up on the ceiling, and there's the screen that you would pull down. This is where they all watched movies. There is a bedroom off of here. This is listed as a 5-bedroom house. It was 6. There's a closet back there. This used to be 2 rooms. There was a wall that came across from here and over and split this room in 2. So it used to be 2 bedrooms down here, and then on this side, and then coming through this little family room. Okay. And we've got another bedroom here. Let's do this. There we go. And then we'll do this. And again, it's got all this built-in furniture. All mid-mod. All mid-mod. So the mom, Beverly, she designed this whole house. She liked mid-mod. She liked simple. She liked clean. And this was in 1965, this was built. It was built here in Sacramento. There was an HVAC contractor, the Butler family, or an HVAC contractor. He was the builder, Mr. Bueller. So it's just, as you kind of, as I've learned in Sacramento, as you live here, if you see a park bench, you see a name on it, Google it. You'll find that it's a family name and they've got ties back to the history of the city. You find all kinds of stuff, but Butler that was the local contractor back in the day for HVAC, but I didn't realize he was also a builder. Didn't know, I learned that today. And as the daughter was telling me, and her mom designed the house, he built it. So, and that's where we get into the history of mid-mod in Sacramento, when you see these onesie-twosie houses, because 65, Strangs were already building. I mean, they were 5 years down the road. And they wouldn't have done a house like this. It was back then, this was too big for them, way past their scale at that time. And so you designed your own house if you were, this kind of scale. And off you went and found a builder. And that's literally what Beverly did. There's another bathroom. I got a little bit of history on this bathroom. Apparently behind me, this used to be a door. And what's funny is they left the light switches in. So from this bathroom, you control the lights in the room next door. So it's kind of funny. That made me chuckle. So we're gonna go up here and we're gonna go to that room for the light switches are in this side, which is kind of funny. And remember how we have symmetry? 2 doors. There's the other front door. A little different. We were talking about this before too. There's a hot water heater here. Okay, this alcove here. So I've rearranged the kitchen, by the way. If you were buying this house, you would take that out. That's the alcove. That's what the fridge sits in. And then this, for a brief period, the room used to be outdoors. And the daughter was telling me she thinks it got covered up during construction and turned into a covered space that it is today. But you would remove that, and then you would have 2 double doors. And you could turn this into, I don't know, I'd make it more of a movie room maybe, I don't know, but then it opens up, you got the front door opens up right here. But you would definitely make this more user-friendly. And like I said, so let's just give you a clear space. So what's there? There's the fridge. So this whole kitchen I would redo. This, I would leave this hood. This is original to the house. Like I said, Duke Bertolucci, he owned a body shop. This is all riveted. This isn't made in a factory. That's made in a body shop by people that built car bodies. This is all aluminum and riveted. I wouldn't take that out. Someone put some blood, sweat, and tears into that. Next up, this is the pantry. There used to be 2 refrigerators in here when the family was growing up. And so how much food does 6 kids and 2 adults eat? So the question I had. A lot. This is the pantry. I would turn this would be, I would still keep it a pantry, but a little smaller. I would move the washer dryer out of that bathroom and put them in this room and make this a mudroom, laundry room, and also a pantry, at least for dry goods. So you come off of, why would you make this a mudroom? Well, you ready? This is garage number 1. Keep that in mind, 1, okay? You could put 4 cars in here, 2 either side, end to end. No problem at all. Step up. Now we're in garage number 2. Now this is the garage attached to the house. Okay? So you get 6 cars up here. No problem at all. Another thing you can do is you come down the side of the house, this big long driveway. There's a carport. A couple more spaces down there. And we're gonna go. See, now I'm gonna figure out how to get outside. That's what I love about these bigger houses. It's always a maze. Anyway, so there's your garage attached to the house. 6 cars there. My number 1 complaint with houses at this price, it blows my mind. People that spend several $1 million on a house, they don't own 1 car. They don't. And you'll see there's a couple of towns north of here, Folsom, El Dorado Hills. Yeah, wealthy neighborhoods. And you see houses for this price up there. And you see a 3-4 car garage. Are you kidding me? I don't know what they're thinking. It makes no sense. None. And so this with a 6-car garage attached, but wait, there's more. Awesome. All right, so now we've just come out of the family room. That, my friends, that's a 20 by 40 foot swimming pool. 9 foot deep. That's a nice one. You ready? Hold on, I'm gonna stand here and get a better view. I know how you guys always like to ask somebody to scan more. Look at that. There's a barbecue back there, double tables, staircases down from the primary. There's your pool. So, there's something else I learned today too about diving boards. This board gets to stay. So because this is a rectangular pool, the distance from the board, right? So the board to the corners of the pool, the edge, is great enough where you're not going to be asked to remove the pool. I mean, the insurance company's still not going to like a diving board in your pool. We've discussed that, but that's one of the reasons it keeps them in place. Is literally the edge of the board to the edge of the pool. So when you have these kidney-shaped pools, these little diving boards, that's why most of those are deemed not safe. And you're essentially, when you go do permanent work on your pool, you get, that is a request to remove. And this is the bathroom in the pool house. And let's get a better view. And then there's a little bench right here too. So that's kind of cool. A little changing room for a swimming pool. Now, this is the piece de resistance of this house. Now, the reason for the intro, 2 things. A, Jaguar is one of the very few car companies where Sir William Lyons was he was the owner, but he was also the designer at the time. Symmetry was everything. They always have 2 exhaust pipes. They always have 2 fuel filler doors. That was Sir William Lyons. Everything was about symmetry. The other interesting thing was Sir William Lyons and his engineers at the time, they invented an independent rear suspension that was completely self-contained, and you just bolted it to the car. So all the joints, everything, it was sat in like a cage almost, and it all bolted to that, and then that bolted to the car. The American hot rod community loved that rear end. So I just kind of find it interesting with this house and what you're about to see. Dick Bertolucci was a hot rod builder, and I'm sure he used a lot of cars that had that rear end on it. So I just thought it was kind of funny that his wife made the front of the house so symmetrical, which was also a Jaguar thing. But there you go. So, ready for this? This is huge, folks. If you ever wondered what a 14-car garage looks like, it looks like that. And then you get, so Dick obviously built cars. He built cars here at home, as well as his body shop. There's another roll-up door there. You can actually use this room if you're a car collector and you do your work on your own cars. You can actually use this almost as a paint shop or an engine room. Do all your engine rebuilds. Keep them all out of the dust and the melee that is your 14-car garage. And there's 2 roll-up doors here, so that was an add-on later because apparently you needed more space. It's just great. Could you imagine? I mean, I don't know, I have an ex-wife. If I told her I needed more space for cars, yeah, I think I would have been a divorce a lot sooner than I was. And this was a machining room. Now, the first time this house originally went on the market about a year ago, and it was on for about, I don't know, a couple of weeks. And this was awful. Full. I mean, not awful. I mean, it was all full of stuff. And, sorry, my East Coast accent gets the better of me with my words. But this room I'm standing in was a machining room. And sat there was a lathe, not just any lathe. It was a huge piece of equipment that weighed thousands of pounds, if not, a couple of tons. And yeah, I remember telling the agent back then, I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be a hot minute to remove. And so yeah, so the house actually did come off the market, and now it's been prepped. And they said they took them a year to clean this garage out. Does not surprise me. It was full of stuff, full old cars. There was Honda. Okay, again, they came into America originally selling motorcycles, and their tagline was, "You meet the nicest people on a Honda," because back then motorcycles were associated with Harley Davidson, and I don't know, just not savory folks, right? It was kind of like just not. And so Honda had a problem with trying to sell motorcycles, and it wasn't going to be, James Dean in a leather jacket type. And so, yeah, when I came to see the house a year ago, it had one of those very early original Hondas just sitting here. It was really cool. I don't know where that bike ended up, but it was cool to see, because there's not many of them left. You don't see them around. But look at this garage. This is absolutely huge. So, you got Dick's part of the house. There's not much on Beverly. I'm assuming she was a gardener, or she liked her gardens, because she did like a simple house. That's why it was mid-mod. That's what mid-mod was all about, right? But this is on an acre of land. And so, here we go. This is the back of the house. This is the back garden, folks. And we're just gonna do this. Look at that. I think this is the most panels I've done of a video yet. Just showing you what's available and how it all works. Okay. So, I'm gonna walk up this garden path. So behind me, and I'm gonna do another. Gosh, the trees here are phenomenal. So, there's that. So we just came from this little path. There's the garage. I say garage, but I mean, look at these trees. There's just lines there, and then there's more yard back here. It's just stunning. This is an acre plus. It's actually zoned for horses too. If you ever want to keep a pony back here, you can, folks. I learned that today too while I was here talking. And let's just do a whole, so you can see the back of the house. And then we'll walk down the side. And here we go. Get a little path. So here's that garage. There's the main. That's the door into the place, right? Where we just came from, the really big shop. And then this is the essentially 6-car garage attached to the house. That's a lot of cars. See, this is what I don't understand, folks, which is crazy. It's interesting when you get into folks that collect cars. Not they like cars, they have a daily, and then they have a fixer that they drive. I mean, legit collect cars. There is a statistic out there. A Bugatti Veyron, when they came back, that an average Bugatti Veyron owner, ready for this, owns 40 cars. That's the statistic of a Bugatti Veyron customer. They own 40 cars. So I've never understood when I see houses that are in this price bracket, this size, and oh, that's a 4-car garage. Really? So this place is special. This really is a very cool house. And we're just gonna walk around this barbecue area so you can see this too. And we're gonna do another panoramic so you can see where I'm at. So here's the garage, there's the pool, right? Pool house. And then looking out onto the pool, there's a whole barbecue area. Perfect. And then double seating area, all nicely covered and shaded. It's superb. This really is. I don't even know how to get into, describe this place. There's so much you can do here. Like I said, the kitchen, I would go back to making that more contemporary. We'll do a little walk around the kitchen one last time. But this house, you got roof for days, solar. I would do battery backups, so you're completely off grid. Because whoever buys this house, one of their 2 cars, dailies, they're gonna be electric. So you're gonna have a place to charge them. But absolutely, as we go in here, so let's go up to this kitchen. I have a thing for kitchens and gardens, because I like to grow my own food, and I like to cook my own food. But this kitchen, let's just go into this again. See, it's a fantastic kitchen space. It was updated, I believe they said in the 90s. It is the wrong kitchen for the style design of the house, but whoever buys this house, the owner and the agent already knows the kitchen's not gonna last 10 seconds. I hope that stays, because I can guarantee you that was made in a body shop here in Sacramento. There's a huge piece of history tied into the house for that. It used to be painted black, apparently. But I would go sort of a contemporary mid-mod kitchen. I don't know, people always upgrade to this. I would take that back. I would go Formica. I like Formica. Mid-mod, it's Formica. And I would paint the wood on the kitchen. So see this, what a clock is up there. That's all original, the wood. I would match all the wood to the front door. So the island, everything. So the exterior, the doors, all the same color wood. And then I would go like a Tiffany blue Formica. That would be really cool. Be a little loud, but I like loud. And then again, here, look at that. Absolutely superb. I love these chandeliers. There's a nice shot, look at that. That's a beautiful view. I do like that. So, where we be? This is a fantastic house. I wouldn't label it as needing work. This is a house you buy. The original owners put their stamp on it, and whoever buys it next, you put your stamp on it. And this house, it would be again another, was it 65 this was built? And so this could be potentially another 50, 60 years from now where it's on the market again. And the next group lived in it and put their stamp on it and leave some of the original stuff behind and then add, change tastefully and update. I really like this house. Agents, listing. Chris Balestreri, thank you so much. It was a lot of agents, they just say, hey, yeah, but you can go in, it's vacant. She showed up here today to show me around the whole house, unlock it, turn on lights. The owners, the daughter, the youngest of the 6 kids, she was here, walked me through the history of the house. It's been amazing. I've never had an agent be that helpful. Not that the other agents were like rude, or it was just, yeah, there you go, you got the address, knock yourself out. No, Chris was brilliant. Thank you. Angel, I don't know where you get your wings groomed, but please tell me, I'll pass the lead along. You were amazing. I cannot thank you enough. This is definitely for help. One of just the most I've ever received on a video. There's a lot to talk about. We're at 30 plus minutes on this. I'm looking at the counter. I'm amazed I did it that short of time, to be honest. And I mean, Dick and Bailey, they came up with a beautiful home. I love these little onesie mid-mods. Somebody's just like, I want a mid-mod. I mean, 65. Strang was 5 years in. There was no way they just wouldn't have the time, or they weren't doing houses this big. They just weren't. So this is very cool that a homeowner was like, yeah, I want that. I'm sure Beverly back in the day was driving by seeing Strangs and was like, yeah, I want one of those. And designed it. And then had her friends over at Butler. They were the builder. So absolutely superb. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. Once again, my name's Alister, your host, the Modern Modernist. Be good to each other, humans, and you have a great day, okay? Bye-bye.